Well, we are ending Driving for Dealers here with the chairman of AED, Ron Barlet. Ron, what has it been like to be the chairman of AED during these unprecedented times?
Well, certainly not what I expected, Brian. I planned to, be at Ottawa. I planned to be at the fly-in. I had a pretty exciting year planned. But I will tell you, I think, like a lot of things, being able to be involved with decision-making in uncharted waters and making the decisions we made to, make sure our members were taken care of, and with our webinars and the information and how quickly we responded, it's pretty exciting to be a part of uncharted waters. I think no other chairman can share the same experience that I've had.
Well, we would agree with you, and we hope you're the last one to have these uncharted waters. Overall, how is business in this part of the country?
Business is choppy in the sense that there are certainly some segments that if you go back to what's an essential business, there certainly are some segments that are essential. Certainly trash, recycling, and those happen to be segments we're involved with. We've had fires here fortunately we have a beautiful day today, but we've had fires here in California, and our loggers, our forestry, our land clearing guys have been extremely busy, and that will go on for years now as we try to manage the forest. The concern obviously is in construction. Our rental business has been off quite a bit actually, and the concern there is that a lot of needed projects that we need have not been, have been postponed or forgone, and it really illustrates the importance of why we have to have a big infrastructure plan to help jumpstart that part of the business.
Some dealers, when uncharted waters come, pull back from training of technicians. What would you say to those that are considering pulling back on their technician recruitment and their training efforts for their existing workers?
Yeah, I would say that's extremely foolish. We've spent more money, more time training. We've taken advantage of the fact that we can't travel anywhere. We've worked some deals with our manufacturers to do remote Zoom learning. We've had to alter some of our training. We're doing a lot more outside training instead of in the classroom. But if you don't recognize that the technology of this equipment that we're looking at is continuing to get more and more complicated, and if you're not investing in the training, I recognize this is a short-term blip in the road. Now, pretty serious road bump, but it is a blip is a blip in the road here. And no, we've actually continued to invest very heavily. We've actually hired. We're continuing to hire. We're taking advantage of some of our competitors that are not making that investment, and we've actually hired a fair amount of people from our competitors, and we're going to continue to do that.
When COVID first hit, what was the value of the association brought to your dealership?
I would say two things, really. One, the way we jumped into action so quickly with information, I think gave our organization just a sense of comfort that somebody's watching, somebody's watching this. And also a compliment to the government, the federal government, for reacting very quickly, with payment protection, with AED being very heavily involved in watching all of that legislation was going through. I felt like we had somebody bigger than us, with the association, and certainly with our government affairs there, having somebody right in Washington, D.C., that it gave us a lot of comfort that we were at least going to be able to share in what the future was going to look like and able to get some information.
Ron, what would you say to a dealer principal that's thinking about joining AED but hasn't jumped in yet?
Yeah, I think I could tell you, being one of those persons that I would say about 10, 12 years ago that questioned the value of AED, I would tell you today we're so relevant in so many fronts, from our government affairs office, from our technician assessments, from our webinars, from our training, I just can't imagine, if you're in the industry, to be honest with you, how you could possibly not be an AED member.
Well, we would agree with you, and I think the rest of the board of directors would. Last question, how does it feel to have driving for dealers end at your location?
Well, I am very much honored, but I think it is also very smart that you would pick California, the West Coast, to terminate, this great road trip. I mean, everything either starts on the West or ends on the West, and I think it was a very good decision on the staff's part.
Great. Now, we look forward to seeing all of you in Las Vegas, March 29th to the 31st for the AED Summit in 2021. We'll see you in Vegas.